Hello world, I'm a Carp. Welcome to Renowned Explorers International Society, a game by Abbey Games. Called Abbey Games, yeah, Abbey Games, and well, it's 3 years old game apparently. That's nice. And yeah, it's a game. I really like this. It's easier to just go into it and explain where we go than try to explain what it's about. So first of all, we're gonna play on adventure mode because we can't, save or load, and it's just, it's a kind of a roguelike-ish thing here we got going on. And we're gonna play on classical difficulty, of course. And these are all the characters we have. We get to make a team of 3 characters here, and I'm just gonna roll a random captain for us, which is Emilia. And Emilia is a resourceful botanist. Start every expedition with the 1 tools plus 1 study whenever you enter an area with the natural challenge. We're gonna see what all of these are later on. And Emilia is an archaeologist and naturalist, and if we go to details we can see what skills she has. She has an attack. Everyone has an attack. She has try to enrage, and she has excite. And she has revive crew member, which is also something that everyone has. These are her stats. This is speech power, speech defense, attack power, armor, movement, and grit. And we'll get into all of these a little bit later. And Emilia is, well, this is her biography here. This genius biologist hails from the Krakow University. She's looking to find more exotic plants, loves to read romance novels. 18 in university. Huh, that's nice. Right, and then we're just going to see who else we got. I'm gonna roll, so we'll get Yvonne. Let's go check Yvonne, because you want these guys to have abilities that complement each other. So we're gonna go check his abilities. He's got try to excite, try to terrify, and attack. Now, we don't want him really in his team, because Emilia is a friendly person. So Yvonne isn't really suited out for our friendly team. Let's say Kwame here. Kwame, let's look at Kwame. Kwame is also the guy, kind of friendly guy. I think he gets, yeah, he gets cheer. Yeah, he's a friendly guy. We're gonna take him with us, and let's see who else we get. We get Yvonne Lefebvre. Yvonne, are you good for a friendly team? You actually are. You can also sadden, which is good. Okay, so this looks like a good team. We got Emilia, who was a genius biologist from Krakow. We got Kwame Amakwitya. Kwame left his Ashanti tribe to spread the spirit of happiness around the world. He used to be a real ladies' man. He's 63 and he is from Ghana. And then we got Yvonne here. Montreal's cruel mistress, assertive, intelligent, at the center of attention. Wants to see if she can trample the world under her boots. 27-year-old from Canada. So, let's start the adventure. Our little nice team here. The Saxon Kings. This is it. You just got your Renowned Explorers International Society membership. Emilia wants to make a big entrance. Finding the burial site of Saxon Kings. Found somewhere on the mainland of Britain, but King Egbert's grave remains a particular mystery. So we could go through the tutorial here, but I played this game for quite a lot of times, so we're just going to see where we go. So this is where we're heading. And these are, okay, let's go through the interface quickly. This is our gold, and this is our status, this is our research, and this is our insight. So we don't need any of these during this, because this game is basically divided into 3 separate parts, and we don't need any of this on this first part here. And then we got, this is our resolve, which is basically our, well, you could say it's our lives. If any of us go down in a fight, we lose 1 resolve, and if we get out of resolve, we're dead. Or not dead, it just ends the game. And this is our supplies. Every time we move, we're gonna need to use some supplies. Like here, there's a number, costs 1 supplies. And then we get some treasures. We could have an entourage. We could read some newspapers, and there's an in-game reference guide here, which we really don't need to look at. And of course, then there's settings. So this is like I said, this game is divided into basically 3 parts. This part going here on the map. Then we got encounters, and then after we're done with this, we get a little base sequence. So. And all these places have little symbols telling us what we could find there, so this means that, well, my crew can be improved here, so let's go here. And yeah, this game is mostly just text, and so you're gonna find me reading quite a lot. 2 people are having heated discussion as you walk by. One of them yelled at you, "Hey you! Yay! Yeah, you! We need your opinion on something. We're discussing what's the best ways to solve problems. I'm convinced that using speech will solve any problem you encounter, but this guy here thinks that using physical attacks is the way to go. What do you think? If you choose me, I will teach one of you how to use speech more effectively on this island. If you choose him, he will do the same for attack. Let's choose speech. We're a speech team. Excellent choice. Speech is always the better option. I will teach one of how to use speech more effectively on this island. Remember, these secrets only have effect on this expedition. Yeah, so actually let's check who's our, like, I have a speech power here, so we got 27, 29, 24. Emilia needs the speech power most, so let's increase her speech power. Emilia learns about the history and customs of this island, which will be very useful during challenges on this expedition. They will be useless on other expeditions, though. Your crew is ready to continue. Yeah, so as you can see, Emilia got this little thing here, next to her portrait here, which is +5 speech on this expedition. You get this on pretty much every expedition. And they last for that expedition. Sometimes you get stuff that lasts for the entire game, but this is just for this expedition. Let's go here, grab some more supplies. Basically quite useless. Like, 3, so 1 was wasted because we have a cap of 8. Okay, and here we're gonna have an encounter, so we can see all the meat of this game, basically. You walk down a small path when you hear shouting and screaming coming your way. 2 thieves are running away from an angry mob. Since you are blocking the path, one of the thieves asks, "Please, traveler, we have no time for you right now. If you let us through, we'll give you some compensation." So we could get one collect, but no, we're gonna decline and stop them. You cannot be bribed. Stop the thieves. Stand your ground. So we're gonna start an encounter here. Right, this tells us that if we finish this encounter aggressively, we're gonna get 3 campaign tokens. Every campaign token gives us 10 to 15 status at the end of the expedition. So let's start the encounter. Okay, and this is basically the meat of this game, this encounter, because these encounters, they're really fun, because you can see we have friendly, we have devious, and we have aggressive. These are the moods we can set here. All of our moves have a mood. Like, attacks are aggressive, we have devious abilities, and we have friendly abilities. And then there's this thing here, this wheel. Is the wheel? Triangle, more than a wheel, which says how it affects these the mood here, the total mood. Like, if we go for devious, if we use devious abilities, we're gonna get devious, and we're gonna get some plus since we're devious, and they are aggressive. If we go aggressive, we're gonna there's gonna be pretty much no plus for anyone, but and if we go friendly, we're gonna get something negative for us because they're aggressive, and you know, if we're friendly and they're aggressive, then we're the underdogs here. They're gonna kick our asses if we do that. But you know, the game wants us to finish this encounter aggressively so we can get more points, and while all of our guys are much better at speech, this is the first encounter we can easily win this aggressively, though. Here are of course our stats. So basically we have speech power and we have attack power, and attack power means that our basic, how hard our basic attacks hit, and speech power says how hard our speech attacks hit. And then, you know, they have the same stats. Well, they have 0 on both, so it doesn't really matter which we use. And they of course have speech power and attack power as well. And you know, speech is defended with speech defense, attacks are defended with armor. And then we have movement and grit to exodus. And oh, you have some grit. So grit gives just an evade chance of, you know, like you can see here, Kwame has a grit of 20 and he has a chance of 17% to evade an attack. Can we get to them? Okay, so what we can do here is we can move once and then we can use one ability. So if we click on these guys, we can see what their stats, what stats they have, what they're weak to or immune to. Sometimes they're immune. We can see how far they can travel, and I think we're just gonna have Emilia walk here, so now they can't get to us. Yep, and then we're gonna have can you excite? No, you can only impress. And if you can also use these abilities on your own guys. So I'm gonna have Kwame excite Emilia, and because these guys have, like, there's the total mood, and then every person has their own mood. So Emilia is now excited because she got excited, and then she's going to excite what was your name? Was it Yvonne? You're Yvonne, right? Yeah, Yvonne. And then Yvonne's gonna do nothing because Impress is a negative effect. So I don't want these guys to be impressed. I just want them to be excited about the fact that we're gonna kick some ass here soon. Of course, you know, it doesn't really help us here because it doesn't affect attack power. But what we can do here first is let's first sadden this guy a little bit. Yeah, Yvonne called him a mangy dog, and he became sad. And now we get plus 25 grit because we are provocative. Sadness makes speech power is decreased by 25%. Well, they weren't gonna try to use speech anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And who's got armor? Emilia, you got a little bit of armor, so you go here. And now we're gonna start hitting these guys because we want to win this aggressively. So smack him with that shovel. And Kwame, you come here and hit this guy too. Oh, you're bad at hitting. Because most of the attacks have a 100% chance to hit. And sometimes they only have an 80% chance to hit, so Kwame only had 80% chance to hit with his regular aggressive attack, but he's got 100% in both his devious and his friendly ability. So these guys are gonna chop us with their forks. Oh, pitchforks. Yeah, pitchforks. Yeah, they're forks. Oh, that was a miss. So that's basically... Oh! But as you can see, they can do quite a lot of damage, but yeah. And, well, damage doesn't really matter that much because we can also, when we use friendly abilities on our own guys, like this Excite ability here, that heals. So Kwame is now healed, at least a bit. And then we're gonna have Kwame, could you hit this guy? Oh, you missed! Well, and now we're going to hostile move where devious abilities are greater, but it doesn't really matter. At this point we're gonna whip him and he's out of the fight. Right, and then we're gonna go to the next turn and he's going to fork Emilia. That's not nice. And Emilia's gonna hit him with a shovel. And since it's clear that he can't kill Emilia with one shot because Emilia still has more than half of her health left, we're just gonna go and smack him with everyone. Okay, and Kwame, you come here and smack him with your medicine stick. Right, and next turn. Okay, that was as expected. It's good that you hit Emilia instead of Kwame. Yeah, and Yvonne, whip him. Real good. Nice. And then let's just have Emilia take the final shot. Yes, and as we won in an aggressive way, we get the extra campaign tokens that were promised to us in the beginning, and every time you finish an encounter you get 2 encounter tokens which can be transferred to gold and status. And Kwame gained 5 armor and 2 attack power for this expedition, because you get, after every encounter someone gets a plus. And then we get an extra 1 campaign here, apparently. The angry mob finally catches up to the thieves and see that you already took care of them. The mob thanks you and everybody now knows about your good deed. Great! Okay, so let's not go here, it's an empty spot, let's go here. A giant spear thistle is standing near a small rock formation you pass by. This thistle has an unusual color and is much bigger than others. You decide to study it and then sell it afterwards. Great, continue. Here we got another encounter. Let's go here, because we could go here and get that 1 gold or collect token, but then that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, if we go here we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then maybe here. So yeah, let's just leave that and go through the bigger looking places. Okay, some cuddly sheep are fond of the crew and creep surrounding you. It makes it hard to move and you have to do something. Engage! So now if we do this friendly, we get 1 more encounter token. So start the encounter. Defeat all enemies. We got 4 sheep here. The sheep aren't vulnerable to anything. They only got 20 speech power. So who's our best speaker? It's Emilia. Ooh, Emilia and Kwame are both as good. But Emilia's got more spirit, health, basically. So she's gonna go here and excite this sheep. She's gonna go, "Hey sheep, do you like flowers?" And of course the sheep likes flowers. Sheep like flowers. Right, because none of these guys can get to the sheep, so we're just gonna move them here, and then we're gonna go to next turn. And the sheep smiling at Emilia, and Emilia likes that, of course. Who wouldn't like smiling sheep? Okay, Emilia, excite that sheep a bit more. Yay! They sheep like flowers. And this is the thing I really like about this game. It's the fact that you can be friendly to everyone. Well, not everyone. Some enemies on the higher levels or on the later expeditions are immune to some of these friendly things, which is the kind of reason why you really sometimes you want to get a more like balanced team with all kinds of abilities. We're a pretty friendly heavy team here. So let's impress this sheep here. How's Yvonne gonna impress the sheep? Oh, yeah, I got a boat of my own, Yvonne says, and the sheep is, "Wow, you got a boat? That's lovely!" And gets out. Yay, my friendly approach has proven its worth, and Kwame gets more stuff. Oh, and we got a level for everyone here, that's nice. You are a true friend of the animals. The sheep follow you, but Yvonne teaches them not to get in the way. Yvonne even gives the cutest sheep a name, Woolly Emilia. Oh, this is such a nice game. So, we get a level, so we can choose from two things. As we can see, no, we can take, for Yvonne, we can take Beguiler or Rogue. And we can see here what it affects. It would affect attack power and grit. So we're gonna take Beguiler Astonishing, because it affects speech power and grit, and we rather have speech power. We're also going to get Deride for Yvonne here. Ooh. That's an interesting ability. Okay, so we're going to unlock that. Yeah, we got a new ability here. We're also gonna get a new ability for Yvonne on the next level. And let's look at Kwame. Kwame can choose between Diplomat and Quick Thinker. Both give +1 to speech power and +2 to either speech defense or grit. I'd rather take grit. So he becomes a Quick Thinker, alert. Right, and then Emilia can choose between Naturalist or Archaeologist. Naturalist is just speech defense, and Archaeologist is speech defense and speech attack. Excavations or classical physics. Let's take Archaeology Excavation. And what did Kwame actually unlock? Cheer. Target becomes excited, heals an ally. How is that different from excite? Huh. Probably heals a lot more. And Emilia gained Tranquility, which is a mass heal. Now these new abilities have a cooldown, if you can see. This has a cooldown of 4, and this one has a cooldown of 3, and this one has a cooldown of 4. Right, so let's head... should we go here or here? I'm kind of thinking, because if we look here, we can see where our place is still. So we could go 1, 2, then 0, 3, 4, 5, 6, and... yeah, let's do it like that. Okay, let's go here. You encounter a group of Highlanders sweating and breathing heavily. One of them, who the others call Coach, speaks. Hey there, we're the local rugby team and we're trying to increase our stamina by jogging. We're just about to do some tackle drills. Why don't you join us and show us what you got? What do we get from fail? Training goes horribly, so apparently nothing bad. So let's use our tools. The tools gave a 25% bonus to this roll. And, well, let's use Yvonne here. We might get 2 campaign and 1 collect, or, you know, nothing. So it's about a 50-50 roll. So let's see what the... so that's a fail. Okay, the first tackle throws Yvonne way up in the air and the landing is all but soft. Yvonne gets treatment from the coach, who then asks kindly if you would continue your journey so that they can practice seriously. So we lost nothing, we gained nothing. It's not that bad. Okay, let's go here. On one of those rainy days, you see a feather lying beneath a small tree. The feather is both magnificent and valuable. Great! Continue. So this is the final place where we would be going, but it costs 0 to go here, so it doesn't really matter. So The burial site of the Saxon kings must be somewhere around. Once you get there, this expedition will come to an end. You can come back to this place when you wish to continue later. Are you ready to go? Return later. Continue exploring. Okay, so we have 3 left. So we could 1, 2, and 3. Or we could go to both of these, because when you run out of supplies, you just get a negative effect. So it doesn't matter that much. Sometimes they're really annoying, but sometimes they don't really matter at all. So let's go here first. Saxon Monastery. Halfway up a small mountain, the crew finds an old ruinous Saxon monastery. Many of the Saxon structures were made from wood and did not stand the test of time. A stone building such as this is a treasure itself. Unfortunately, it does not fit in your backpack. Explore the monastery. As you approach the monastery, a strange-looking hooded man is standing in front of the monastery. Well, hello there, travelers. Welcome to this old Saxon monastery. I come here once a year to make some minor repairs and clean the place up a bit. It would be a shame if such a nice place went to waste. Keep listening. Saxon men used to come here to test their skills. The most skillful would be rewarded by Tyr, the god of war. All that's left now is this heavy statue of Tyr that warriors would push and feel like a Saxon knight, and a trial in the monastery's basement that would test agility and attract noblemen with pretty rings. If you'd like to test yourself, go ahead. Your performance might earn you something. Push the heavy statue of Tyr, go to the monastery, intimidate the hooded man. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the basement. You enter the basement. Long dim room. The old man says, if you can make it across and come back to me, I will ask Tyr what you have earned. So Kwame would have an 68% chance here. Let's reconsider. Push the statue of Tyr. You are standing in front of the heavy statue of Tyr, who will try to prove themselves and see what the reward there is. Okay, so we got pretty bad chances here, so let's not do that. Could we intimidate? No! 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 Oh, I thought that we'd get... Oh! You intimidate the odd-looking man and demand treasure. Whoa! That ferocity, that anger, so intimidating. Tyr would most certainly like that. Also, he likes these tests more. Show me your worth. And the man walks into the monastery. Okay, so we just get a treasure from this, I think. The man walks out with a statue of a Saxon knight. Tyr has rewarded you, and I wish you the best in your travels. Take it and leave the monastery. So we get a treasure! Saxon Knight. So that's 25 renown. Renown is the score we're actually going for. That's 1 insight. We can use the insight on the, well, the 3rd mode that comes after the expedition. And then we get 8 collect. That's nice. You thank the old man and leave the monastery behind you, carrying the new treasure with you. Great, continue. So after the encounter is over, all of these get transferred to like actual resources that we can use, but right now they're just a random, well, not that random, we know what we're gonna get from them, but it's a slightly randomized value. Okay, so let's head to this encounter here. The crew suddenly gets ambushed by some aggressive looking men. These foreign fancy pants are going to take all our jobs! Attack! They're charging! Stand your ground. Okay, so if we win this aggressively, we get 1 extra encounter token. So let's look at these guys. How many are there? There's 3. And they have a very poor speech defense. They aren't weak to anything. But we want to win this aggressively. So let's start by being these. What did Enraged give? Negative armor. Okay, so whoa! That's enough to kill it immediately. Or not to kill it, to enrage him so much that he just leaves. What did you do? What did you just say, Yvonne? Something about his underwear, I think. Okay, now we want to attack these guys. How hard do they hit? 18. I don't think they can really do anything to us. So let's just go and attack. Attack, attack. Hit him with your shovel. Kwame, you come here and hit him with your medicine stick. Oh, you can already finish him. That's nice. And then it goes to hostile, so didn't really gain anything from that deviousness, but at least we finished 1 guy immediately. And you went and smacked Yvonne. Oh yeah, because Yvonne's skill has increased aggro. Right, and she's also got the best armor of all of us, so that's fine. Go and smack him with your shovel. Thank you, and then let's whip him. Yep, and that's that encounter. With the situation solved, the crew can continue exploring. Yvonne is baffled by the fact that these men thought that shepherding or mining was of any interest to you. Hey, we gain 2 study. That's nice. Okay, so we can get... Okay, there's a challenge there, so let's just go here and you'll see what happens when we run out of supplies. A decorated entrance to a cave presents itself as you walk through these Scottish hills. It seems to be an old gambling paradise for miners who wanted other entertainment at night than what their employer offered. The door is ajar. Open the door. You open the door and find a dusty and dilapidated casino, including roulette, blackjack and poker tables. There's also a bar with scotch and a booth to exchange tokens. Search and take valuables. You take some loose money and some scotch, which together is certainly worth something. So we got a couple of collects here, and yes, now you are out of supplies. You press on, but the situation is having severe effects on your crew members. A number of things could happen. Emilia's defenses are faltering. Oh no, the hunger pains. So Emilia gained 25 negative grit, 25 negative speech defense, and 25 negative armor, which is, well, when we look at her stats, it doesn't actually show them here. Well, it'll show them when we get to the encounter here. Okay, let's head to onwards here. You don't really want too many of these negative effects because they can really hurt you. So, onwards! The crew searches through the hills and quickly finds what they were looking for, the Saxon burial site. One of the tombs is of King Egbert, a particularly mysterious figure. Finding its secrets will surely skyrocket your reputation at the renowned explorers. However, you hear a familiar laughter. Behind you stands the French explorer Rivelo, who is considered to be the most promising of the renowned explorer. He speaks. Okay, now I'm gonna try to go for a French accent. Please excuse me if you find it to be offensive. Thank you, amateur. Under Rule 24B of the Explorer Mandate, fellow explorers should help each other out. And I really need to excavate King Egbert's tomb to gain another honorary title. Explain how you worked hard for this treasure. Rivelu continues. It seemed that my explanation wasn't clear enough. Maybe my strong friend Tommy can explain the situation better while I plunder King Egbert's tomb. Hey, wait a minute! Before Emilia can stop Rivelu, his crew fighter Tommy steps forward. No, little explorers, beat it. He's not letting you pass. Defend yourself! Okay, so defeat the boss. Friendly, Tommy thinks you're nice. Devious, Tommy is emotionally hurt and leaves. Aggressive, Tommy is impressed by your skill. You know, I think that whoever you get here as the... Because there's an option of 3 different bosses. Like you can get Tommy, who's the aggressive boss. You can get a devious or a friendly boss. I don't remember the name of those guys. The devious one is I think called Amir. But anyways, and I think it's always based on how you dealt with the previous encounters. And because the game wanted us to deal those encounters aggressively, we get Tommy here. Even though we're not a very aggressive team. So Tommy is weak to being saddened. So, and we'd really like to just beat him violently, but can we sadden? Okay, you can sadden. You're also weak to sadden. Okay, we want to get to Tommy because it's only defeat the boss. We don't need to defeat these little guys, we just need to beat Tommy. Tommy can get there, so let's just move everyone here. Try to get out of the way. If you go there, you can get hit by Tommy, so go here. And these guys can still come and hit you. Wait, can't they go to that square? Well, apparently not. Well, that's good. We probably want to get Devious on so that we can get some grit, so sadden this guy. Yeah, you're a mangy dog, man. Okay, so we get some grit, and then we're gonna excite some folks here, just... You know, there's... Okay, actually, yeah, there is a point. Let's excite Yvonne, so that Yvonne can use sadden on Tommy next turn to get him a little bit weaker, because he's weak to saddened, and then we can just start smacking him with our implements of destruction. Oh, he could get there! Damn it, I didn't realize that. Okay, but you're not hitting that hard. And I have that group heal, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, yeah, these areas, these yellow areas are squares that where if you stand there you get healed immediately for a little bit, or is it, I think it's at the end of the turn. So sadden Tommy a bit there. Okay, and you were hit by 2 guys last turn, so if they're smart you can get hit by 3 guys this turn, so let's actually... Which one of you is a better attacker? Emilia, you're the better attacker, then again you're gonna take tons of damage. Go and hit Tommy. Nice, and as you can see we get 1 into our aggressive counter here. And if we go and hit him again, we're gonna get another one. Okay, let's see how many people could attack Yvonne. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 guys could attack Yvonne, so we're gonna heal her a bit. Let's actually use cheer. Let's hear. Whoa! It goes all the way up. Right. Woohoo! Yay! Oh, it's just such a lovely game. Like, the graphic style is wonderful, all the sounds are wonderful. It just makes me happy playing this game. And they weren't really smart because they put Tommy there, and now they can't get to Yvonne that easily. And next turn we can probably smack Tommy into unconsciousness. Or, you know, not unconsciousness, to submission. Yeah, these guys aren't that tough. Okay, now, Yvonne, use your whip. And whip Tommy. That's nice. And Emilia, go and hit Tommy. Now this ends the fight, but this will also take us to aggressive, so it takes that we finish this job aggressively. Tommy is impressed by our skill. We get 2 encounter tokens, and even at the end of this one we get a little extra for this expedition, but there's nothing after this expedition, but you know, it's just how the game works. Tommy is pretty impressive. Wow, you're pretty strong. If you can take on the mighty Tommy gun, take some gold and this checklist. It describes treasures we want to find here. I guess if you beat us to it, you deserve one as well. And he leaves to follow Rivalo, who has already plundered King Egbert's tomb and left. We are a band of mighty warriors. Huzzah! All crew members gain attack permanently increased by 1. Well, that's not so good. Speech would be better. The crew quickly turns to the mysterious checklist you got from the encounter. It seems to be some sort of agenda or scheme. Emilia takes it and reads it out loud. Treasure still to grab. The one hidden in the tomb of the Forgotten King. The one treasure held by the locals. The one in the cache near the dangerous cliffs. Due date today. It seems Rivalo was going to nab some more treasures. You might be able to get one before him. Which treasure are you going to chase? Let's investigate the tomb. There is another tomb around here. Maybe you can outsmart Rivalo this time. Who will lead the investigation? Okay, let's see. We've got 63% here. Chance if we use the tools, that's 88. On second thought, let's see if we're gonna get better options here. Whoa! Well, that's a 100% chance. Since you fancy yourself as more charming than Rivalo, maybe you can beat him to getting the treasure from the locals. Who will do the talking? Is this the same amount of tokens? Yeah, you both get 6 campaign tokens. Wait, are you both Beguilers? No, you're a diplomat and you're a beguiler. Right. Oh right, yeah, it's you could get bonuses to these from both of those. So Yvonne will try to convince the locals. The locals were actually going to help Rivalo, but Yvonne managed to convince them. With their knowledge, you find the treasure from the secret checklist. The locals are impressed with your skill and stat charm. Amazing! So we get 5 campaign, 1 bonus campaign, and one of those 3 treasures there. Sword of Justice, Saxon Golden Hearse, or Heliodor. Probably the Heliodor. Yep, a beautiful flawless gem zone, a rare find. Plus 25 to 20 to 25 gold from treasure hunt, and 1 treasure hunt. Take treasure. With this last find, your expedition still concludes on a high note. However, it's clear that if you want to be the most renowned explorer, you'll have to beat Rivalo. Now it's personal. So back to London. Right, so that's the end of that expedition, and we're gonna get like a little count of what we gained there, but I'm just gonna press the continue button because I never like watching these things in games. I just want it to happen immediately. So total we got 450 gold, 294 status, 24 research, that's really low, and 132 renown. So continue. And the goal of the game is to gain more renown than what Rivalo has. And we have 5 encounters to do it. Is it 5 after this, or 5 including the first one. Now I don't really remember that one. But yeah, here's a newspaper. Small discoveries. Interesting findings from some inspiring upstart explorers. Exotic location uncovered in the Saxon Grave Island by promising explorer Emilia Karwowska. Explorer Society board members are excited at the progress of this Tyrant Tycoon. Yeah, we're called the Tyrant Tycoon because I think we got most of the thing we got was money, yeah, and we were aggressive, so not really what I was going for. I would have wanted most research and I would have wanted to be friendly, but oh well. A magnificent job. The board of the renowned Explorers International Society is impressed by your exploration skills in the Highlands. For this achievement, Chairman Pinkerton gives you an upgrade to your airship, which will allow you to carry more supplies. We know the drill, Pinkerton. Let's hurry. So we get another treasure, which gives us a little more points, 1 insight and 2 supplies capacity. And supplies capacity is the most important thing in this game, basically. Well, nah, maybe not. Well, it's one of the things you want the most. So this is like the third phase of the game. Here we have like our resources that I was telling you about earlier. Here we have our research, and we can unlock research. Oh. The focus on observation to unravel the puzzles of this world is the most important idea of modern science. The crew has an opportunity to specialize one crew member in any of the sciences. So someone can gain something. We're gonna give Emilia, and we're gonna give her yeah, we're gonna give her a naturalist perk. And let's give something that sounds weird, like astronomy. That's not that weird, right? And so we don't have any more research that we can spend because we're out of it right now. But what we can do is we can go to Berlin University here. There's also Paris and there's London, and these are places where we can use our insight to gain tokens to gain stuff. So we can use this to gain some more research, and then we can head here and we can get a student to join our campaign, and also +2 insight, which we can use for some more research. But before we do that, we want to go to the entourage hall here, and we want to use some of our status to get us a student, so that when we get use our tokens, we get even more research. And let's go check the Madrid Palace if we can find a student from here as well. Yes, we can. And then there's also specialists we could pick, like Pinkerton here with 450. We're probably gonna take him. Let's go check what's available in Stockholm. Well, nothing we can get, so let's take Pinkerton with us. So we're gonna get +1 collect when we resolve an encounter friendly. We're gonna try to be a friendly team, so Pinkerton is a good choice for us here. And then we're gonna go to Berlin. We're gonna use some more of these research tokens, and right, and then we're gonna do some more research. And this is one of those things, like we get 2+ when spending inside there, so we're gonna do it 2 more times. That's gonna give us a total of yeah, at max 18 research, and we're gonna use 25 for this one. But I'm still gonna do it. I mean, it's not really that useful right now, but it's gonna be useful for the long run. And anyways, we're just gonna use all of these here, so we gained, what was that, 4 extra, so I don't know, maybe it was worth it. And then we're gonna take observations and improved storage so that we can get even more supplies. Right now we have 12 out of 12 supplies, that's good. The next thing we want to research for is this, and then we want to go for this, but they're quite long ways away. We could also try to go for this one, and you know, I want to get stuff that increases our supply. And then there's an items shop, we can go and buy stuff. We have offensive stuff, and we have defensive stuff, and we have trinkets. Trinkets are nice, they give us some extra abilities and skills. So let's see. We basically want to give everyone some regular armor. How much are these worth if we sell them? They're worth 7. So that's a total of 21. If we upgrade this, it's gonna cost us 50, so we could buy the good armor. and then we don't have enough money to buy good armor for everyone. But then again, let's just do this. Let's sell these things. Let's buy good armor for Emilia, good armor for Kwame, and a decent. What did we have enough? No, decent armor for Yvonne. And then we're out of money. We could still buy decent gloves or a decent book for someone who requires most attack. Let's buy a decent book for Emilia. This gives speech power and a little bit of attack power. Come on, why aren't you buying them for me, game? Thank you. So now we got pretty average stats on everyone, which is good, so they're not weak on any kind of side. And then we're gonna choose our next expedition. Our what we have? We have Caribbean Islands, we have Mali Mystery, or we have Hungarian Fort. Let's see. Hungarian Fort would be. We can see here that being devious might help. This is what I'm looking for. And Mali Mystery, a friendly approach might help. Caribbean Island, aggressive approach could make it easier. So we're going to go for the Mali Mystery, and we're gonna do that in the next episode. I'm Carp. This has been UFO. No, this hasn't been UFO. This has been Renowned Explorers International Society. Goodbye, world. Thanks for watching. See you next time.